Hey, what's up, you guys? Steve Loper here from the Heavy Hitter Podcast. Tonight's episode is episode 20, the big 20. We're coming at you live with Ryan from the Neandertalk Podcast. We are also going to talk about making positivity louder in a little bit. Just wait for that. Ryan, where are you from? I don't even know where you're calling in from tonight, man.
Right now, I am in a little suburb called Liberty, Missouri. It's just outside of Kansas City.
Just outside KC. Josh, you know anything about KC, dog?
I don't, man. My wife has gone there for work a couple times, but
it's the shit.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty cool. There's like this, isn't there like this revival area, like this downtown district, light district, or whatever?
Oh yeah, it's called the Power and Light District. It's
yes,
a whole bunch of they got the Sprint Center, which is like a giant where like basketball games, concerts, that kind of stuff, monster trucks, and then they got a ton of they just put a ton of money in like bars and restaurants and all that shit. It's cool. I mean,
well, dude, now that the Royals are good, like you guys got to set up a party town, right?
They were good. They're not good anymore. They're back to being the good old Royals, but oh my gosh, dude. So I heard you on your podcast the other day talking about when the Twins won the World Series in like '87.
Yeah.
And so our last time the Royals was '85, and then when we just last won it, dude, you guys have no idea the excitement this city had. It was unbelievable for the 2 years. You know, we had back-to-back World Series runs, and it was just like this special feeling you could feel in the air, like undescribable. It was so, you could literally feel it when you walked down the streets. Everyone had smiles on their faces. Everyone had their gear on. I mean, no more road rage. I'd love to see the statistics on like road rage incidences during those times. I bet it dropped way down. If someone cut someone off, I'm like, fuck, got a Royal sticker. You're cool. Never mind. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll let you in.
Yeah, right. So yeah, dude.
Just to give you guys a little bit of background, Ryan and I met. Actually, he's at Rural Route 23 on Twitch, and I was streaming a little bit on Twitch. We had a sort of a small group of streamers that we kind of stuck together with. Killing Bird was kind of a mutual sort of connection. Ryan had just started his stream on Twitch, and then I would go over and support his stream a little bit, stop in, say what's up. When we only had what did we have? Like 10 or 15 people watching maybe. And that was a decent night. And you could stop in and you could chat with each other. But he was a really fun guy streaming poker. And we had a good time hanging out there. He did a couple of podcasts, and I was on his first sort of like test episodes whenever he was recording those on Twitch. I might have been like the only or maybe one or two guests, and I would chime in, and I had somebody. Was it you, or was it that Como Leche or whatever his name is?
Como Barrio?
Como Barrio, yeah. He called his dad and wished or told him he loved him.
Yeah,
just by request one night.
That was a special. I think there was actually you'd be surprised how many people actually watch that episode and watch the replays of that episode. And it's kind of a shame that Twitch deletes disappear automatically. Have you noticed that? Like on your Twitch, like your videos on demand, after a while they just delete.
Oh yeah. Like after 7 days or so, they're gone.
I think it's more like 30 days, maybe even 60.
Yeah, it's something.
So, like, it's bittersweet that it's not there anymore, because that was that was one of the most drunks I've ever been in my life. Like we just got trashed, absolutely destroyed that night. It was insane. And for some reason, probably because we were destroyed, we said, hey, let's throw this on live so the internet can, shit all over us while we do it. And we just had a good time. And yeah, that was you were there. I remember. You've been supporting me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the support you've given me since day one, dude. It's been sick.
Yeah, I remember you guys had those like lawn chairs and a little tiny table, and you had your, it was just, you were just doing it. And what you guys said that night was screw it. And you hit the record button, and that takes freaking balls. It just takes balls to just, I'm going to put myself out there, because you guys were unedited. You were unfiltered. You weren't putting on an act. You were hanging out with your boy, and you put it out in public. And that's freaking, it's scary. A lot of people cannot do it.
A lot of people should do it. Oh, well, no, I take that back. I think not everybody should do it. Everybody should at least try, but if you're not good at it, It's
not
a
even
train wreck. There's a lot of bad Twitch streamers out there just where they have no business being out there. It's kind of like when you watch not America's Got Talent. What's the singing one with the Simon Cowell, that guy? What was that show? American Idol.
American Idol.
It's like you get some of those people who they think they can sing, and for whatever reason, like their parents and their family says, "Oh yeah, you're such a wonderful singer. You should go on American Idol." And then they're like the worst singer. Like I don't know what it sounds like. A couple camels having sex with a donkey or something. I don't know. Yep. And it's like, how did you get here? Like,
well, I feel like that a lot of time with the podcast. It's like people tell you you're good, but there are a lot of those people that you hear it from are your friends and your family or your neighbors, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, I listen to it. It's great." But it's probably just like the freaking American Idol, where it really sucks, but they're just being polite, man, and it's good enough for me. It's good motivation to keep going.
Well.
Hashtag worst podcast ever, right, Josh?
Right. We're proudly representing that. Maybe and that's the thing, you guys. Is that something where you show up on the scene on Twitch or on this podcast deal? I mean, your first one or your first 20 or 19 are always going to suck, aren't they?
Oh, it's your first probably. I mean, it depends on what your definition of suck is. But what's that rule of 10,000 hours or something? Like you don't become an expert.
10 years or 10,000 hours.
So if you get like at that extreme to you become kind of an expert, but I think it takes a good. I mean, I guess I couldn't really put a number on it, but I bet it takes more than 20. Like you guys are 20 in, and you probably still feel like you guys still have a long way to go, right? And that's not me saying that you do, but I'm sure you feel like I can improve more. I can do this. I can do that more. Like you're 20 episodes in. I bet you still feel like a baby podcast, right?
Oh yeah,
we do, and I think it's been amazing, like what we've learned along the way. Like we talk about that quite a bit now. It's like I just met Josh in January down in Miami, right? And so I didn't know Josh. I know Josh as well as I know you. Like I've sat beside Josh in Miami for one day before. And that's more than I've seen you, Ryan, but I know him basically virtually online. But we decided we were going to start a podcast. We started a podcast and we didn't know what to expect. And all of a sudden we're learning all these things and like learning how to build relationships via podcast. There is nothing better. Learning how to set up the podcast, learning how to promote a podcast, learning just the ease of editing and using Audacity and putting it on Anchor and just, you think of starting a podcast, you don't think of all these little things, but now I could probably write down a list of 50 things I know how to do where I didn't 20 episodes ago.
Right.
It's pretty sick.
You know what though? Can I just say something? Even if our podcast sucks, if you can hit me up on Twitter tomorrow, whenever this is published, and say, Josh, your podcast absolutely blows ass. Dude, I don't even give a shit because we've had 4 guests that absolutely kick ass. We've got Ryan, DJ Bonix, the fucking DJ for Wiz Khalifa, Aaron Hodges, Killing Bird. That's 4 relationships that I wouldn't have had, without the podcast.
Johnny's Pizza.
Johnny's Pizza. What up, Johnny's Pizza? Like, so, I mean, people can shit on the podcast all they want or they can say it sucks, but that's like 5 fucking cool guys on the podcast.
Well, I'll tell you this, guys. I'm actually a fan of yours. I have listened to a lot of your episodes. I haven't listened to all of them, but I have listened to almost all of them. I'm a fan. I think you guys, I love watching the beginning of things. Like I love watching people learn and get passionate about things and just like going for it. Like it does, like you said earlier, it does take balls to go after something you want. And that you guys are doing the damn thing. You guys inspire me. I'm a podcast fucking junkie. I listen to all kinds of shit and I listen to you guys and I get inspiration from you guys. I'm in a period of my life where like inspiration is really big to me right now. Like I need it. I'm like desire some kind of inspiration. And you guys have been doing that for me. The way you guys talk, like just how the positive energy you guys give each other and you rub off and the community sees it and they feel it. And it's phenomenal. And I really love what you guys are doing here. And it's been motivating the shit out of me. And that is no bullshit. You two have been motivating the shit out of me.
Hell yeah. Josh, you hear that? Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
We talk about like the way we want to take the podcast and whatnot, but I think something that we honestly try to do like is surround ourselves with like-minded people and provide a little bit of positivity in a way somehow through the podcast, whether it's like tonight, we're going to talk about making positivity louder. And it might be a good time to go into that, but Josh, I had mentioned that topic to him earlier, and he talked about the way you just randomly quoted us on Instagram and sent out an Instagram post about the podcast. And it's a little tiny little thing like that. But it's making positivity louder. Your one little Instagram post, your one tweet of support. I mean, to us, it's a huge deal. Like, is there anybody listening? And to see that, that's like somebody clapping for you almost, or it just means a lot, man. There's a ton of different ways to do that. And that's something that we're really, really proud of and try to do, I think. So.
Right.
Well, it's so huge because, you're so hard on yourself, or you call it maybe being humble. Like Ryan, I listened to your podcast, episode 1, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, these guys have like the fucking radio voice and like they sound really good. Here I sound like I'm from fucking Canada eating tater tot hot dish and, all that kind of like.
I've had hot dish.
Yeah, some tater tot hot dish.
Oh yeah.
All right. Some goulash.
Oh yeah.
Right on. So I mean, that means a lot, man. Right. Like I said, I think if we're all honest with each other, like there's like some bit of us that is like, I don't know, like seeking a little bit of approval, a little bit of like attaboy, a little bit of encouragement along the way. No matter how much you might say like you don't give a fuck, like it still feels a lot better to say, hey, you're doing a great job, or the words that you use rather than, hey, your podcast fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
Well, we're men. Men have that deep desire deep inside them, whether they want to admit it or not, to be enough, to be good enough. And that's it's in every man, I believe. Like, you want to be, like, we have that ego, like deep inside of us, we have that ego where we want to be enough. And we can say, I don't care and I don't give it, whatever. But there is always something deep in that where you are like, I want to be enough. I want to be a man, and I want that ego just to be out there a little bit, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's why we're hard on ourselves. I mean, but and so like, I look at the reason why I did like I was telling you guys, I'm a fan of your guys. That's why I did the Instagram thing. Big deal, it's the Instagram thing. But I look at it like the positivity. You guys want to go into that? I think I look at it as kind of like a currency. You know what I mean? And it's like currency we all basically have an infinite number of. We're all multi-billionaires because I can do, or you can do, an Instagram repost or a like or a share or just a comment on it. And that's like currency. That gives somebody a little bump. They're like, oh, that's nice. Somebody likes me. Somebody give me a like. Someone give me a share. Someone is giving me a chance. And it's like a currency, and we're all millionaires with that currency, and some people are stingy with it for whatever reason when you have no reason to be. It's just free currency you have. Throw it out there, and that's what I believe in. Just, I mean, if there's something out there, spread that positivity. Let people know.
One of my favorite little things to leave on something I see that I like is the good old attaboy, ATTA boy. Just attaboy, and that just means like you're doing a good job. That's the way to do it. You're doing it. That's all it means. And it's that little wink, it's that nod, it's that recognition that somebody's doing something right. And it kind of, you see it, you're watching, that's all social media is looking for. It's I got a thing on my wall over here. It says, build social value. And you can spend your time online posting pictures of whatever the hell you want. But I think there's a difference in using social media to just post whatever the hell you want, and then trying to post something that's brings value. And that's not really a spoken goal that we talk about, but I think that's just the kind of people we are. That's what we want to do, is build social value. And like if we can inspire one person, if we can inspire another, if we can talk positive about this, we talk about, trying to do something positive for dads, or what we're doing with our kids this summer, but what about Mother's Day? It's always adding that little bit of something, and maybe we give somebody a good idea. Maybe we make somebody think about it. Maybe we flip somebody's switch. There's no telling. It is fun though. Ryan, how did you, I guess, switching it up, I guess, a bit here, if you guys are all right with that.
Yeah.
Twitch was we got in, I'd say fairly. We beat Gary Vaynerchuk to Twitch, and that we're big Gary Vaynerchuk followers.
I had no idea.
But how did you get into Twitch?
We talk about him all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I need to stop talking about him though, because dude, like, I'll hit him up on Twitter, but he just like he can't even hit the like button. Like,
dude, I'm marking it down. We've said his name 477 times in 22 episodes.
Gary, what the fuck?
20 episodes.
Just because I'm trying to like come through and in your Twitch studio, have a little pod sessions with my three boys here, DJ Bonix, Wiz Khalifa, Kush Picasso. And we're just going to like tear shit up, play a little NBA Jam on Sega Genesis. Gary, I don't know what the fuck. You're going to cry like a little girl when I beat an NBA Jam, bro.
We can't talk about him. We can't say his name.
Or you're going to make me cry because I'm just sensitive like that. But
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was that broke, man, I couldn't picture this.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. What is that from again?
You don't know that one?
Oh, Biggie.
There we go.
Yes.
Biggie Smalls. Yeah, buddy.
He's over here rapping. I thought you were going to be all over that, Josh.
That's why I did it, man. I told you. You should know that shit. That's some old school right there.
Hey, and there's a lot of times where like I go into this podcast, I'm like, hey, this podcast is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is about that wasn't he didn't say that teacher. He said teachers. How many teachers are going around in them areas saying none of you guys are going to end up to anything? Like, that's got to be, like he said, teachers, plural.
Right.
Isn't that unbelievable? We want to talk about positivity. Where is it there? That can be
and can you imagine, like, you were Biggie Smalls' teacher and they were all of a sudden they were like, you're right, dude. I never thought that chubby guy would ever amount to anything. And he was like fucking great.
Isn't Post Malone, one of his songs is about that? Everybody's like, how's that song go, Josh? You know, he's talking about everybody wants to say thank you now, or they're proud of him now. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Congratulations.
Is that what it is?
Everybody, now they always say congratulations.
Yeah, that's it.
Work so hard that Dude,
everybody was doubting him. He kept at it, and now look at him.
Post Malone is like setting records, dude.
Yeah.
And did I see he was like chokeslammed by the Undertaker or some shit? Sorry, this is like going like way left field. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, I think we were going there. What were you talking about, Loper?
Oh, I was just asking how the hell you got to Twitch. I know my journey to Twitch, but you in Missouri, like, how the hell did you end up getting your stream setup? Was difficult from if you didn't already know that kind of shit. If you're not a techie, like, just
I'm not
get started.
Yeah, this whole podcast thing has been a giant learning experience for me. Lots of just YouTube videos. Anyways, that's beside the point. You asked a different question. Yeah, Twitch. Well, I've always been an online poker guy. Just kind of, I took it serious way back in the day before Black Friday, and then I just turned into a recreational player. And wanted to learn and improve my game, and I started watching some streams. And I was like, I got the ship for it. You don't need nothing but a microphone and a camera. I had the camera already, a microphone. I got like that one you got right back there, that white blue ice thing.
Yeah.
I bought that I had that. That was my first mic. I think it was like, I don't know, $80 with a boom arm and pop screen or something. And I was like, okay, easy enough. I'm just going to start, and just started. I wanted to do it. I didn't think I was going to get a whole bunch of people in there, but I did think if people would come in there, they would probably like it because I have a good time. I wasn't about making money. I was about making a good time and having enjoyable streams. And I think I accomplished that.
Yeah.
A lot of people really enjoyed my stream. And that's just where I just wanted to do it. So I did it. I saw other people doing it. I was like, it's not that hard. Let's do it. So I did it.
Did you ever have any good memorable events, or like how many viewers did you get up to, stuff like that?
I mean, I don't know if you were there. KB Killingbird hosted me one night. This was the most epic stream ever. I was deep in a decent tournament, and I had been streaming for hours while he was streaming. Anyways, he got done, and he came over and hosted me, and he sent a ton of people my way, and I was deep in this tournament. And he sent me like a donation. It was like one of my first donations.
Yeah. He did the same thing for me. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then this other dude sent a donation, and I was having fun. Like it was a really good stream. Like not to be conceited or whatever, but I was like on my game. Like just shit was like, it was fun. It was, I was good time. I was jumping up, dancing, like, oh shit, I can't believe that happened. I just hit a miracle card. It was like I was going like nuts like that, right? And so after he donated, someone else donated. And then KB said, I'm going to have the higher donation. And he donated even higher. And there's just this donation war. And I just got flooded. I made like quite a bit of money that night. Like just people donating. And it was phenomenal. And I made a deep run and had a whole bunch of viewers and a whole bunch of followers that night. And it just blew up my channel.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's fun.
It was awesome.
That's fun. I got to guest host KB's home game it's probably 3 months ago, but it was a complete blast, man. Like, so I got to, on ACR card room, I got to, it was his home game that night and I was the host. So we had like 50 or 60 people in the home game. I probably had 50 or 60 people in my Twitch stream. KB every once in a while would call it ladies night and turn on the,
I remember
lights in the back. So I had my kids light, and about halfway through the stream, I shut off my lights and turned on that light, and I was drinking on stream and just having an absolute blast, man.
All the way up.
Yeah. Did you watch some of that, Josh?
All the way up.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah, I was having a good old time, man.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you guys are talking in a way that you were very high on Twitch and did well on Twitch, but now you're not so excited about Twitch. Am I reading that wrong?
You got that one, Ryan?
So for me, I was doing poker on Twitch. I haven't been doing a ton of the poker lately. I got a bunch of other stuff going on in my life right now where that's kind of having to take a back seat. So I just stopped streaming that, and I'm not really playing that a ton right now. So it's not that I've lost out on the love for Twitch. I still like it. But I'm having issues. Like I've tried doing the podcast running on you guys know what OBS, the open broadcast software for Twitch. Yeah, that doesn't want to work with my equipment that well. And so I've just kind of had to move on. Like I've switched over to YouTube now. I wish I could do Twitch, but it's not really working. And I never got big on Twitch. No, I have like just a couple hundred followers. I never got big. I would get probably a consistent 10 to 15 viewers a night when I would stream, and then every now and then if I would get deep in something, I'd get a few more. Someone would host me, but I was never big.
It's kind of the same story with me, Josh. Man, it's one of those things. Like if you're gonna poker Twitch stream or Twitch poker stream, however you say that, you really have to have sort of like a set schedule and be able to consistently play. Like say, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday nights, or Tuesday, Friday nights, and have sort of that set schedule and really dedicate to it. And then those people kind of know when you're on, they get used to you, that you build a relationship with them. And I was more of the poker player. I love playing, and I'd hop on when I could. If I'm busy though, I can't, and then I'd hop on here, and then and other priorities in my list of priorities in my life. Poker was just a little, it's fun. I enjoyed it. But it wasn't like a game changer. It wasn't like a game changer for me. Like I wasn't going to cry if I freaking didn't get to play poker. And impact on others. Like we talk about making impacts and stuff, like, that I don't really think that was the right avenue for me to go in. And I had hobbies like making those videos and doing the Brothers by Barbecue stuff. And
I love that.
You name it, just trying to do different stuff. So I'm all over the map, man. But I'm still high on Twitch, and I definitely think it's just like, Netflix. It's just like Hulu. It's just like HBO Go, all that kind of stuff. It's another way for people to watch shit that they are interested in. The internet is the middleman. I don't know who said that. We're not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but it's neat how the internet is the middleman now, and NBC and ABC and CBS, they're all basically out of business now because anybody can start their own freaking show.
It's not a 76-year-old white dude. I don't know who said that. I can't quote him because he doesn't like my shit on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
I got an issue with Gary Vee, by the way. I don't know, but I know you guys are.
No, let it rip, bro.
Yeah, we hate on him. We love him, but we hate on him too.
So over a few months ago or something, we were discussing podcasts on some social media app. It doesn't matter. And you told me to check out Gary Vee. So I did. I checked out whatever that day you told me. I checked it out. And so whatever episode that was. And this guy, Gary Vee, said one of the most outrageous, ignorant things I've ever heard a human being say. And I couldn't get on board. I was like, there's no way there's no way you can listen to this dude. He said, I've decided I will never get sick again. Have you guys heard him say that?
Yeah.
I think I did hear him say he's like, was that where he kind of followed up like, I wish I could be sick to lay on the couch all day or some shit like that?
No, this was like legit. He said, I have decided I will never get sick again. He says something like, so if people come shake my hands, that's fine. I've already decided I'm never going to get sick again. Like, he was legit. Like, he's never going to get sick again. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You're a human being. You're going to get sick. Well, how strong you think your willpower is to not get sick?
He's just trying
viruses and bacteria are real, bro. Science is fucking real.
He's just trying to play some mindset game, man. You got to I didn't like him the first time I watched him, and that was like 10 years ago or something. I saw him and I was like, yeah, whatever. He's one of those dudes, one of those dudes. But you just got to keep going back. You'll find something and it's going to click. And he's one of the best parts well, I shouldn't say I like him so much, but one of the best things about him is he's constantly creating the content. So it's not like that was his one experience that you have with him, and that's what you know about him. You can listen to like 5,000 pieces of content that he's put out, and every day he still puts it out in every different channel. You can find him on YouTube, you can find him on Twitter, you can Instagram, Facebook, podcast. I mean, just all over the map.
I get that, but when you say something like that, I just can't listen or take anything else. I just can't listen anymore. Like, I can't get down with that. I'm sure and the thing is, I've seen you flourish with him. I've seen Killing Bird. I've heard him talk about him. He flourishes. I think he attributes some of it to him. I think you attribute some of it to him. Josh, you attribute some of it. I see that he does really good things for people, but that's it. That I don't know. It's not for me. And like, but I'm not knocking. I'm sure it works for a lot of people. I can't get down with that, but I think it's cool that it works.
Yeah.
But to the same token, I feel like there are times where he is a little bit hard to take, and there's times where I have like a love-hate relationship with him. And there's also times where like I've realized it depends like what state of mind I'm in. And I don't know, like DJ Bonix said, DJ Bonix was like, he's like, no shots fired, but he's like, I don't know how he worded it. I don't want to say that he
aggressive. I think he said he was a bit aggressive.
He's like, yeah, he's a bit aggressive. Thank you. He's like, I don't need someone yelling at me. And like lately, it does feel like that a little bit, And I sometimes I find myself in this spot where I don't know if you guys have ever read the book Straight Line Leadership, but it really talks a lot about like just integrity, doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. And, that means with yourself and mindset, but just also like, where the fuck was I going with that?
You lost it, bro.
I lost it. And I had something fucking good that I was going to say too. I thought
we bet it was going to be just,
it was going to rock you.
Yeah. Can I,
fuck.
Did you guys happen to watch or listen to my episode 2, my second episode of my podcast?
When did it come out? Because I listened to the first couple, and then I felt like there was I don't know what happened, and I texted you about it the other day. I was like, "Where you been?" And you were like, "What are you talking about?" And it seems like you started a podcast and then you took a hiatus.
Yeah, I did take a hiatus. So the studio had some equipment missing. Let's just say it may or may not have gone down to Mexico.
Oh shit!
So I had to replace some of that stuff, and I didn't have the funds to replace everything at that time until recently, and I was able to make do with a few things and get it back up and running. But anyways, my point was, episode 2, my buddy and I had to take a break 17 minutes in to go get another drink. My point is, I gotta go. I'm gonna go take a shot.
Yeah, go for it.
I love it. I love it, dude. Maybe I did hear that one. I like that shit. Damn it, Loper. What I was going to say is that book, it talks about you can either be loyal to people's smallness or you can be loyal to their like bigness or greatness. You know, because there's so many times in life that, you know, you're like, if I were to show up, and maybe you're not the boss like this or the sales manager, but if I show up late to work tomorrow by 5 minutes, you're going to be like, you know what, Josh, like, you know, it's okay. And it's like, no, you know what? It's not fucking okay. Like, you know what? What you got going on? I like that shit.
What is that?
New Amsterdam?
Little American honey.
Ooh.
Get it.
Kept in the freezer.
You know, or like Loper, like you told me once, like I think I was talking to you about like my my lack of real estate sales. And you were like, dude, you're either winning or you're making excuses. Like, we need more shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you were not being loyal to my smallness. You were like, you were being loyal to like fucking helping me get to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. KB called me out on that. You know, that if you're making excuses, you're losing. And, you know, he confronted me about something where I was doing my thing, making an excuse about something, and he just flat out to my face, right in front of people, said, "If you're making excuses, you're losing." And I didn't have a backup, but I see what you're saying, and I'm probably not the boss like that. I'm probably gonna be like, "Yeah, it's all right," until it gets out of hand, I guess.
Stepped right up to your face.
What was that you just drank there?
I just took a shot of American honey.
What is that? Like Jack Daniels or something?
I don't know. I'm having a real hard time reading right now, you guys. I'm gonna be real honest with you right here. This wild turkey American honey. You like these dulcet tones, Route 23.
Dude, see, I love the fucking radio voice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, wild turkey American honey. Some kind of whiskey with honey. It's phenomenal. Warmed up my goggles.
Josh, let's hear your best radio voice.
Ooh, yeah, do it.
Do like, you know, do some type of intro in your best radio voice. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Heavy Hitter Nation? This is the podcast where all we get is heavy hitters. So why don't you download that app and fucking listen to it today while you're taking a shit? You can be the heavy shitter, motherfucker. Was that bad? That was fucking bad. Dude, I don't got it, dude. I don't got it like that.
It wasn't good.
Dude, see, I quit this shit.
No, you don't want it. You don't want to be good at that. That was a fake radio voice. You just want to be yourself.
I just want to be myself, dude. I just hope you guys love me for who I am, dude.
How about strip club DJ? Can you do that?
Strip club DJ. Whoa.
And next on the stage, Chastity.
Hey, everybody, let's know. We got Chastity up on the stage. Everybody get your $1. Don't forget your tip your waitresses. Here we go. Everybody get them lap dances ready to go. Throw them dollar bills, y'all. Here's your girl Chastity with that big fat ass. Go.
Dollar bill, y'all.
I'll let your boy.
Damn. You guys are frequenting the strip club, huh?
I haven't been to a strip club.
You guys are good at that stuff.
16 years.
Dude, and hey, the Heavy Hitter Podcast, Heavy Hitter Podcast, we don't discriminate like female strippers, male strippers. That's not my thing, but hey, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. It's just like, if you stripping, you making that money, like I earn that shit.
Like, do you, right?
Do you, man? Do you? I don't care.
I stripped for a group of women one time. Interesting fucking story. I just said that.
You said you stripped for a living?
I stripped for some. No. I stripped one time for a group of females.
Oh.
I used to be a server, waiter at Red Lobster.
Whoa, dude! I've never had that kind of shrimp. I guess I've been going to the wrong place.
You went to the wrong one. This group, they were there for like a bachelorette party or something. I had a whole table of these chicks, and they were like, "Oh, hey, afterwards we're partying it up. After work, you should come around. We got a hot tub and stuff. Blah blah blah." I was like, "All right, let's do it. I'm down for a party. I want a good story, Who doesn't want to go to a bachelorette party being the dude?" So I show up there. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. This was in this was in just like a shit town with like maybe a population of like 1,000 people. It was out in the boonies.
Was it in Minnesota?
No, Michigan.
Okay.
I used to live in Michigan. I was born and raised there.
Okay. Go Blue.
Hell yeah, go Blue. My sister goes to Michigan. So anyways, so I go up this place. It was in Pinconning, Michigan. And I get up there. I'm the only dude there, and it's all these chicks. They're all drinking wine and wine coolers. And woo! And they said, we heard you were going to come and strip for us. I was like, I didn't really know that. I didn't know I was going to strip for you. But I was like, I mean, am I going to get a little play afterwards if I do this for you? And one girl said, I'll suck your dick. I said, ladies, hit the music. Let's go. Boom.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what's up.
Oh, so what was the first song they played?
Magic Stick by 50 Cent. That's when that was hot.
I got the magic stick.
Yep.
I know if I get hit it once, I get hit it twice. You got the magic.
Alexa, play Magic Stick.
Magic Stick. The little
By 50 Cent.
By who? Is this it?
50 Cent.
Okay. We can picture it. We can picture it. Oh, look at him. He's dancing and shit. Oh, God. Alexa, stop. We've had enough.
He's a freak to the core.
Man. So, yeah, that's my story. You guys got any stripper stories?
Stripper stories. No. You know, I was invited one time for a friend in college to do something similar to that, and I considered it, but I chickened out.
Oh, come on, man!
For real?
Yeah, well,
yeah. Because I think the way it was set up is they weren't going to know who it was, and I was, that made me kind of okay with it. But then I was like, yeah, they'll figure it out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, hey, not for everybody.
They recognize my voice or something, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Totally bad idea." So,
never know. It could have been the greatest experience of your life. Who knows?
I could have fell in love with it and turned into like a Chippendale or some shit.
Yeah,
it could have been Magic Mike, dude.
Could have been.
Yeah, that movie could have been based on you.
What if
Lucky Loper?
Lucky Loper. You could have been like Five Loper.
Lightsaber Loper.
That has a ring to it.
Because your dick's like a lightsaber.
Jump Loper.
It's better than Streaming Steve, Josh.
You guys, this is not a typical podcast you guys have, is it?
It's not, but we don't have itineraries. We keep it raw and we keep it real. So whatever the hell it is, it is.
So Ryan, I wanted to get the backstory of you, but I feel like we're like 30 minutes in and it's too late for that. So we might have to do that some other time. But what is Neander podcast about, or like
Neandertalk,
or Neandertalk? Like, what is that even? Like, I know what a Neanderthal. I think I know what a Neanderthal is, but like, what does it mean, or what does it mean to you?
Awesome question, man. So there's two ways to pronounce Neanderthal. You can pronounce it Neanderthal or Neanderthal, and it's kind of just a play on words because it's a podcast where you talk, obviously. So I just Neandertalk. It just came to me one day. I thought that sounded really cool because basically I'm just a Neanderthal, dude. I'm a bow hunter. I'm a fisher. I'm an outdoorsman. I'm kind of, I'm not the brightest dude in the world. I'm just a blue collar, hardworking fella. You know what I mean? And Neanderthal just kind of fits me. And so Neandertalk is it's just a cool name. I liked it. I don't know. You need a name for a podcast. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Oh, thanks, man. And then what it's basically about, are you guys Joe Rogan fans or aware of Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yeah, I listen to it every once in a while.
I'm a big Joe Rogan fan, and I've been listening to him since basically day one. And my podcast is kind of like his style, like just not really interview, but just hanging out with a guest, having someone over and just maybe having some beers, or maybe just talking about something interesting or off topic, or it's really guest driven. And so whoever the guest is, I want to bring out what's good in them, what's the best in them, or what their expertise is, or what they have to say, and just really dive into that, or just have a good time like we're having here, just drinking, having a good time. It's like something like that. So it's my dream for my podcast is based kind of around that similar style. And so yeah, that's what the podcast is about. And I know Loper kind of likes this is where you and I disagree on. I was listening to your podcast, it was 1 or 2 podcasts ago, where you really like the video podcast, and
Yeah.
you were saying, oh, if it was in your house, you have to show where the bathroom is, and it makes it awkward or whatever. But that's what I like. I want a dude right here, Mike. You can't see on the camera right now, but I got a chair right there, and like I like looking in someone else's eyes and just having like that real connection, and just being there and present, and you guys can, I don't know. That's what I like. I like this too.
I say that though, but I haven't experienced it. Like I haven't had an in-house guest. So really I don't have the right to even say that. But I just know, in my opinion, based off my experience, this is totally comfortable. And I think about like my circumstances. So if I used my office here upstairs in my house as a guest studio, like I have 3 kids downstairs sleeping, a wife and a dog. Like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
It's just not functional for me. But this right here, this is really, really, really working out for me. In the fact that I can have my co-host in Minnesota, I can have a guest from Missouri on tonight. Like,
oh yeah, it's fantastic.
There's no limitations. Yeah,
I'm going to have to do the same thing. I'm going to have to incorporate the Google Hangout calls too, because there's only so many people I can get in studio.
Yeah,
I accept that I have to do that, but I would like. I'm having a blast right now. I don't know about you guys.
I am too.
Good damn time with you two. This is more fun than I can imagine. Like, this is awesome. But imagine if you two were right here in my studio, or in one of your guys' studio, where we could clean glasses, take shots together, high five and shit. You know, there'd just be a little extra to it.
Yeah,
not better, not necessarily better, just a little different, and you feel it when you guys are all together. Just
yeah.
No, for sure. But I tell you what, I was just gonna say, I'm like 3 drinks in, and I'm almost forgetting that you guys are not here. So like, I can't imagine like what the world of like AR is gonna bring. I'll be like, dude, we're just all thrown back.
Are you looking for AR or VR? I'm more excited about that VR.
Or VR. I think that's what I meant. But
yeah, I mean, there's certainly augmented reality with, like that Pokemon Go game. That's AR. But yeah, VR. You got to get some of that shit. Woo!
We were talking about today at work. There's people actually buying virtual property inside of these games nowadays. Like, so you put on your shit, right, and you're in this world, and you're living in this world, like video game world. But you can buy an apartment with real money, and you can sell it for real money. And this one guy bought 20 like pieces of property and made his money back by selling like 6 of them. And so he's actually making profit by buying like virtual property.
Where did you hear this story? I'd love to read it.
Yeah, I don't know where he heard it. My boss at work was telling us about it. And it's like, if you're living in one of those like Sim City type worlds.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
It's like you can start your own restaurant, right? And it could be a restaurant where you serve beer and you serve, snacks, but you can virtually walk into this place, spend real money on this fake beer, but the money is actually real and goes into whoever's establishment's account. It is in real life. It's hard to comprehend, but we're there. We're definitely there.
We're getting even closer every single day. Watch the movie Ready Player One.
No, I have not seen that.
The book was phenomenal. The movie was almost like it was a completely different story than the book. But it's basically the future is going to be, everything's going to be in virtual reality. Like, everybody's just basically living there because the world's so just trashed and shitty that everybody decides it's a happier place to just live in a shithole, basically, with goggles on your face. So you're like wherever the heck you want in the world. And I don't know, it's interesting to think and look at, but obviously we're going there. The future is obviously just technology when you see it incrementally. I mean, look, it wasn't that long ago when we had Pong.
Yeah,
It was Pong. It was just a ball going back and forth. And now you look at some of the games and some of the virtual reality that we have now, and that wasn't that long ago. Just think what another 50 years is going to do with virtual reality and how far and how deep it's going to go. It's going to be absolutely just almost indistinguishable from real life. And then what's going to stop people from wanting to live in that world if you're just, I don't know, barely scraping by, live in a single bedroom apartment or something? What would it stop you to be like, as soon as I get home, I'm strapping on those goggles and I'm going to live like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I'm going to be balling, like pimping hoes, you know what I mean? Like just doing whatever I want.
But as soon as it turns into real money, I mean, it's gonna be the people that have money that play those games that are gonna be the ballers in virtual reality. You know, it's gonna be like the penthouse. You're gonna have a special code to get access to the apartment to get up to the big party on the top floor, and you're not gonna have that. You're gonna have to pay real American dollar bills for it. You know,
maybe. That'd be interesting. It depends on, I guess, on the designer of the world, on the virtual world that you go to or you visit. I'm sure there will be like some kind of free virtual world. Are you aware of Fortnite?
Oh yeah.
Who isn't, right? It's free. Anybody can get it. It's a free game, and they are making just hand over fist because people are just paying stuff that doesn't even help you in the game. You're buying things that make your character look different, or they just basically look different, or they can dance, and that's how they're getting all their money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It might be something similar to that maybe a Fortnite type model of a virtual reality would be created where it's completely free. Everyone can have exactly the same experience as anybody else. So there's not that monetary roadblock, if you will. And then they can just, if you want to look like, you probably have like a basic skin that everybody gets. And if you wanted to spend money, then you could look like Brad Pitt out of Fight Club or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Angelina Jolie. You know what I mean? You could look like whatever you wanted if you paid money, but you can still have basically the same experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. The crazy way all this shit's going. It's not like old Super Mario Brothers.
No, but it's amazing. Isn't this like an exciting time to live? We're in the future, Loper and Josh. We're in the fucking future. This shit's amazing. You're in what, North Carolina?
Yep.
You're in fucking Minnesota. I'm in Kansas City. We're having a live video podcast. This is technology. This is the shit. We're getting drunk. We're having a good fucking time. It's going to go where everyone in the world can watch it tomorrow. Someone in New Zealand can download this podcast tomorrow or whenever you upload it and listen to us talk bullshit. And it's just instantly. It's insane. Technology. What a time to be alive. I love it.
What a time to be alive.
Unbelievable.
You and yours.
Yeah, this as soon as I hit stop record, or actually this is actually broadcasted live on YouTube right now. So if you had like anybody around, you can just say, oh, I could send them a link. They can actually watch this and interact live. As soon as I hit stop broadcasting, it renders and then it lives on YouTube. It's, and we've already had viewers popping in. So whenever I X out, I'll be able to see how many viewers we've had. But we've had a couple of people just come in off of my little page with 37 subscribers, log in and watch us for a few minutes here and there. So
you got double the subscribers I do on YouTube.
Oh, dude, subscribers on YouTube is proven a tough task.
It is, man. I can't even get views. I think my most viewed has like 200 views or some BS like that. But yeah, it's hard to get subscribers.
Oh man, it's
that currency I was talking about. You guys, everybody who's listening to this right now, if you've made it this long through my dribble and my drunkenness, if you've made it this far, do me a favor. Subscribe to Heavy Hitter. Subscribe to them on their audio only side. Subscribe to them on their YouTube. Follow them on Twitch and Twitter. You guys, put their name out there. Put your guys' name out there right now. Sometimes it's hard to remember. Put your Instagram and names out there.
At Lopercon. LOPERCHAUN. It's a play on leprechaun, Lopercon.
And at Selling Minnesota, at Joshua Johnson MN. I need to change that, but
guys, do it. You guys got the currency. You guys everyone who's listening to this is a fucking multi-billionaire with plenty of currency. Give these guys some of those fucking currency right now. Fucking give it to them.
And then hit up that Neandertalk.
Don't worry about me.
No, I am, dude. I am. I want to make sure. I think what needs to happen is we need to get into that Twitch studio at Hudson Yards in New York, where SummerSlam's going to be, and get in the mix with everybody that is like under. So how many podcasts have you done, Ryan?
I've only done 3 so far. I've got some other ones lined up. I tell you, the one shitty thing is, I don't know if you guys have had this issue where you talk to a couple of people and you get one lined up, and like last minute they're like, "Oh shit, something came up. I can't make it."
Yeah.
So I have 3 in the bank, and I've got 2 on the audio side right now. 3 of them are on YouTube, and the audio side I'm going to do once a week. And I've got a couple more guests lined up. Hopefully they follow through, and we'll go from there.
Did, all right, go ahead, Josh.
Sorry, go ahead, Lo.
No, you got it.
Well, I was going to say, is that something where they have to come to you then, or you're going to send them the link?
If they're around town, I'd like them to be in studio. Like I've got some people that are around here that I want in studio. But there's a couple of dudes on Twitch I'm going to hook up with on here. This guy, Bamf, BAMF. He opens baseball cards on Twitch.
Yeah, I think that's a good market for guests, man.
I think that's interesting. I'm so fascinated by the guy that not only decided, hey, I'm going to open up baseball cards on Twitch so people can watch, but the people that are watching him do it. And I guess they all pool their money in to buy baseball cards from the ones that he's opening or something. I don't know. It's just interesting. Like I'm going through Twitch every day and finding people that I would like to have on my podcast that I think would be interesting to talk to. And that to me is one. I'm just fascinated by that. I'm fascinated by people. And that's a big part of the reason why I want to do a podcast. I always want to ask people just that are into weird shit, how they got into it and why they're in it. Like, I don't know. And then there's a guy in Kansas City that's on Twitch. He's a bounty hunter. And he's actually got a pretty decent following. He's got like 45,000 followers on Twitch or something like that. And he's a bounty hunter in Kansas City. It's badass. He's got his little camera up in the dashboard. And he's going around Kansas City, picking up, dudes out on bail or skipped on bail or whatever. Yeah, he said he would do it.
I've seen some of that, like the bail bondsman going around trying to collect stuff or collect people. It's fun stuff to watch. I've seen a guy in his garage. He's a mechanic. He works on his car. He sets up his camera, and he works on his car. Like that's it. He might come over and look at the screen every once in a while, and then he goes back, works on his car. But next thing you know, I was 20 minutes in over there, just like. I love watching people driving through, like in a taxi in Japan, and they're just pointing out the window, and I'm like, "Oh, this is great!" Like I've never been to Japan. I'm just looking out the window, like I'm riding in the car, and I just watch. I don't even know. I just get stuck searching and surfing the web. I love all that shit.
You can lose a lot of hours on Twitch. There's just all kinds of crazy shit on there that you wouldn't even think of. And like bounty. There's a guy on there that just works out. I mean, there's plenty of chicks on there, but that doesn't count. It's like these semi-attractive chicks that got decently sized boobs. They wear their little push-up stuff, and they just get in front of the camera. Oh, I'm working out. Oh, why don't you sub to me? If you sub and donate, I'll follow you on Snapchat. It's like unbelievable. Like if you were outside of Twitch without these lonely dudes watching you, what the hell would you be doing? You'd probably be flipping burgers at McDonald's or something because you're barely decent enough. I don't know. It's unbelievable. That side of the Twitch shit, it annoys me for whatever reason. It's like these talentless chicks with like, I don't know, because they got big tits and a half crooked smile. Yeah. Almost all their teeth. They get like 30,000 followers.
So, but dude, I must not get something. So, I mean, you have these females that are working on Twitch who have 30,000 subscribers. Like, how are they monetizing that?
It's donations. There's a lot of lonely men out there that think if they donate to some chick, that gives them some kind of maybe gratification, or they think, oh, it's like the lonely dude at the strip, right? To bring it back to the strip club, like I'm some expert. I've been to a strip club like a handful of times. But there's always that dude that's like the regular. He comes back and he thinks the girl really likes her. It's like, no, she likes the Benjamins. She doesn't like you.
Right.
Look in the mirror, bro. That chick don't like you. But they just keep coming back. There's just so many lonely dudes. And I think, just look how many lonely introverts there are. They can just fire up their computer, get onto whatever this chick's name is, Workout 69, And then you get on there and you're like, oh, this chick's so hot. I bet you if I just typed in there a little bit, I bet she'd think I'm funny. And I bet if I gave her $100, she'd mention my name. And if I came back in like a week or two, if I'm in there every day and then another week or two, I gave another $100, I bet she'd really notice me. And I think they just have this fantasy in their mind where they think they can just get the girl for whatever reason. They're delusional. They're extremely lonely. They were raised poorly by their parents, whatever it is. I mean, we can go on and speculate all night, but I think that's kind of what it is. It's just sad. It's just a sad world.
Yeah. I wonder, are females like that too? Where like, if they're like, you take Ryan, if you're on there just with your like Richard Simmons get up and your like spandex and you're just like hitting the bicep curls and
Am I supposed to take my shirt off for him?
And doing like, you're just like, you know, doing your V-ups and all that. Like, are there these women that are like throwing money at you? And I don't know, dude. I don't.
You just gave me an idea. I don't know, but I'm about to find out. Ladies, if you guys are out there listening to this, I will be on Twitch next week, shirts off, guns a-blazing. I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups.
You know that there's got to already be a market for that, but it is a winning idea. You just have to, again, pull the trigger on it. You know, you have to hit that record button. You have to hit that play button and do it.
Is that a challenge?
And
I'm saying it will work.
And see, you guys might be right, but I almost think there's not a market for that because, and hear me out, because I feel like women already know that they go anywhere to Target, to a bar, they give a dude any kind of attention that they're going to get laid. Like I'm just not being PC about it, but I feel like I've had women tell me that before. Like women, it doesn't matter. It's like, it would be super easy for them is what I've been told.
Most women, for sure. I mean, I bet you, but you still have to remember, women are just people. And I guarantee there's some women out there that are just so introvert, so insecure that they maybe don't even have the kind of friends where they can go out to the bar and have the confidence to even go up to a guy. Maybe it's more comfortable for them to be like, oh, here's a guy that's attractive. Maybe I could see that scenario, but I think maybe that market would probably be more, you would hope, like if I were to do that, not saying I will, not saying I won't either. It sounds kind of hilarious. But say you do that, you hope that like just these dime piece chicks are subscribing and donating to you. That's the dream. That's never happening. It's probably going to be a bunch of gay dudes on there that are just like hoping that you're going to have a wardrobe malfunction and the heavy hitter cock's coming out.
I hope it's Loper on there catfishing you.
Yeah, right. No, I'm already forewarned. I'm not logging on to his Twitch stream anymore. I'm done.
It went from poker to a different kind of poker.
Yeah. Sickos.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't I?
Well, boys, it's 11:05 my time, man. I got to get up early. We're just over an hour.
Beautiful.
So
Dude, it feels like it was 10 minutes, and that's how you know it was a successful podcast. I hope the audience finds it as I don't know, entertaining as I did. It was awesome.
I had a great time.
And Ryan, thanks for sending the message out on Instagram the other day. Thanks for coming on and being a guest with us tonight, man. I hope you had talked about some things you've been going through. We wish you the best, man. If there's anything ever that Josh or myself can do for you, online, in person, if you ever need anything, just always know that we're a community for you, man. And you can lean on us. You can call us. You can depend on us to help you out. If
for real
shit hits the fan, we got your back.
That means a lot, man. Is it cool if I just plug my shit real quick?
Yeah, have at it, bro.
You guys, I mean, obviously we've talked Neandertalk, but it's on Instagram. It's Neandertalk Podcast. Basically anywhere you find it. I'm on all the audio podcast apps you can find, and it's on YouTube. Throw that currency a little bit my way. Just give me a subscribe. You don't even have to listen to my podcast. Just subscribe and download it. That'd be so dope for me. I thank you guys. You guys, thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this like you wouldn't believe. I am first and foremost a fan of your guys' podcast. I love it. I listen to every single one. I appreciate you guys. Again, you guys motivate the shit out of me. And I wish you guys nothing but huge success. And thank you guys for having me on. Maybe I could have you guys on maybe individually or together, or maybe we can do something on mine sometime if you guys will be down sometime. I'm not putting you on the spot. Thank you guys so much. Fucking awesome. You guys rule.
Appreciate it. Josh, any closing words, bro?
No, that would be awesome, man. And I hope we have you back on the podcast. And I tell you what, Heavy Hitter Nation, the podcast that gets all the heavy hitters, like, this was awesome. And you need to go check out Neandertalk Podcast. Episode 1, if you got, I don't know, maybe sensitive ears, maybe only listen to like the first 15 minutes of it. But I tell you what, like, these guys have like a fucking awesome radio voice, great talk. I mean, they just keep it real. And dude, like, I know you said you're only 3 podcasts in?
Yeah, and it's just me. It was just
like,
a guest.
Like, dude, you got it. You got it like that, and you gotta keep it going. Like, it was good. I listened to the whole episode 1, and I was like, holy shit, where did that hour go? Like,
nice.
It was awesome. And so, Heavy Hitter Nation, if you're listening to this, you got to check out the Neandertalk.
Yep,
Neandertalk with your boy Ryan. You got to check it out. And Heavy Hitter Nation, we really appreciate you checking in. Nothing but positivity and love from Minnesota, that hot dish state. Wish you nothing but the best, man.
From the hot dish state. And from the barbecue state, at Lopercon. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. It don't matter where you find me. Just find me.
Just find me.
Hashtag Lopercon, at Lopercon. Do something like that. Thanks for your support, Ryan. Everybody do check out Neandertalk Podcast. It's at Neandertalk Pod on Instagram. That'd be a good place to start there, or Twitter. Thanks again. Hope everybody had fun tonight. I hope you enjoy this when you're listening to your ride to work, you're sitting on the pooper, or whatever the hell you're doing, wherever you listen to your podcast.
Or doing that squats, doing those squats.
Hit the subscribe button on iTunes, on Anchor, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're most likely there. That's it. We're out of here. You guys have a good night.
Peace out.
Deuces.